Is this why the UFO report to Congress has been delayed? There are numerous rumors circulating around the web saying that they know why the report has been delayed. Okay, this is really interesting. This is Cosmic Road, where I discuss UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like, please subscribe, share on social media, and as I'm going through the story, please comment below and let me know what you think. All right, there's a lot of people saying, such as UFO Jesus, for example, and others, that Congress was really unhappy with the UFO report that was delivered to them supposedly a week ago. The U.A.P. task force, or ARROW, or whatever it's called now, delivered it to them supposedly. And it was focused more on the cases that they could explain rather than the cases that they couldn't explain. The language that forms that organization specifically says that the cases that can be explained be referred elsewhere, and that organization is specifically supposed to investigate the cases that can't be explained, which apparently are about half of them. That's a huge number. And understandably, Congress wants to focus on that. But they are not doing that because apparently, it's just speculation, but why else would they want to focus on the cases that could be explained unless there was a faction that was trying to control the narrative and to downplay the issue? Whether they are allied with the control group or the breakaway group, that's open to debate. But let's get into this article. Pro and anti-UFO factions in government. It wouldn't be the first time. Shortly before the release of the second government report on unidentified flying objects in as many years, dueling narratives emerged in the media. A New York Times article poured cold water on theories of alien visitation and the extraordinary technology alluded to in a 2021 report on unidentified aerial phenomena. Citing government officials, the Times pointedly downplayed recent military UAP incidents. A Daily Mail article, in contrast, struck a remarkably different tone. Among several eyebrow-raising quotes, one source sharply criticized their Office of Director of National Intelligence colleagues, stating they don't want to talk about UAP because they really don't know what the hell they are. The Daily Mail sources disclosed several key details about the report prior to its release, including that the U.S. government cannot explain more than 150 UFO encounters reported over the past year, which was about 49% of the cases that they looked at. In short, competing factions appear to be vying for control of the UAP narrative. If this is indeed the case, history is repeating itself. From 51 to 53, Captain Edward Ruppelt served as the first director of Project Blue Book, the Air Force's 2-decade-long UAP investigation. Well, back then it was UFOs, but whatever. Ruppelt, widely regarded as an effective and objective investigator-manager, was genuinely perplexed by the UFO phenomenon. As recounted in his 1956 book, Ruppelt frequently found himself caught between two bitterly divided factions. All through intelligence circles, Ruppelt wrote, people had chosen sides on UFOs. Okay, and it goes on just saying that there are different factions, going through the history of, Blue Book and comparing that to what's going on now. And so I think that's, a valuable comparison. However, so you have to go deeper than that, of course. Because the rumors were that the juicy cases that Blue Book looked at got kicked upstairs. It got kicked up to the real group, the control group, the Area 51 guys. So Blue Book, in a way, was a way to control the narrative while the control group continued its work. And it used Blue Book to get some juicy cases for them to look at, I suppose, for their reverse engineering program. They wanted as much data as possible, and so they used Blue Book to get it. We know at the very least from the Admiral Wilson memo, from the Wilson leak, that there are people in place in the Pentagon that are very powerful and that are controlling this issue. They're so powerful they could threaten to destroy his career and successfully bullied him into silence on this issue. So they claimed to have largely left the government and for the UFO interest to be largely held by the private sector. However, that is obviously complete garbage. And I can get into that in a future video. But yeah, there's so much evidence that the military and the government are actively and heavily involved in this issue. That's not to say that there's not a lot that is in the private sector. But I think they're all linked together. Lockheed Martin helped build Area 51. So it's, it's all an incestuous thing at this point. But yeah, don't let them, try to trick you into saying it's all in the private sector now. It's not. And there is heavy government involvement at very high levels. That is according to my research. If you have different research, I'm happy to hear what you have uncovered. So the question then is it those guys that is dictating this narrative and this, way to control and downplay the UFO phenomenon? Or is it simply government bureaucrats who don't want to admit that they don't know what the hell is going on? Really, it could be either. I'm very curious how involved the control group is with the current programs going on. Are they the reason why Bray and Moultrie had refused to allow themselves to be debriefed about the Wilson leak so that when they went before Congress, they could honestly say they didn't know anything about it and that it wasn't entered into the record? Or is it just because they didn't want to go there? Personally, I think there are many factions involved, and some are pro-disclosure, some are anti-disclosure, some are pro-control group, some are non-pro-control group. The control group is obviously very powerful. However, now that you actually have Congress people supporting the cause of disclosure and actually causing legislation to be passed and putting pressure on the U.A.P. task force /Arrow/ whatever it is to actually do the job and to return to them the results that they had instructed them to give them, then the game has been changed because Congress theoretically represents the people. So now we have the people involved in the conversation. This is the first time that's ever happened. So if the rumors are true that the Congress people were unhappy with the UFO report and basically sent it back and said, give me a real report, that means the Congress people are honestly invested in this issue. So whether the report turns out to be anything of note or not, I think that is a significant development, and that's actually pretty cool. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. That would be awesome. Smash that subscribe button and the bell to be notified of future videos. There's social media links below if you would follow me on Facebook and Twitter and share these posts when I put them on Facebook and Twitter. That would be great. Until next time, Cosmic Road out.